Thanks to cutting-edge airborne laser scanning technology, archaeologists in Cambodia have just discovered multiple medieval cities previously unknown hidden underneath the dense jungle. These cities are believed to be over 1,000 years old, so they're really old, and this is really cool because people have been walking over this and had no idea what was underneath. Are you familiar with Angkor Wat?
I know that it's I haven't been there myself, but I've heard that it is one of the most beautiful cities in the world.
It really is, and up until now, people really had no idea how big this city was. I mean, there was a few temples here and there spreading out of the jungle. But now, basically using, like I said, these airborne laser scanners, which in itself is really cool, and we'll get there, they've been able to really see what's underneath this dense jungle, and they've realized that this wasn't, you know, this one cool temple. I mean, this was a ginormous city. I mean, people had no idea that, I mean, this, first off, this is significant for, if we're going to talk about Southeast Asian cultures in general, and what we knew before this. We didn't know. If these cities are really as big as they think they are, and we have some 3D models that they've been able to make using these laser scanning devices on these helicopters. If this stuff is real, this would make Angkor Wat the largest, most densely populated city in the entire world at that time, the largest empire on Earth at its peak, which was the 12th century. So I think that's really cool. We didn't know that before, so that's pretty awesome.
That's incredible. And, you know, this will obviously change so much of what we know about Southeast Asia, about Southeast Asian history. And they're talking about it being a very densely populated collaboration of multiple cities in one region. It's amazing to think that we're still making such large discoveries in this day and age. Tell me a bit more about this technology.
Yeah, so basically they'll fly a helicopter over a certain region. And first and foremost, this is the most extensive airborne study ever done by archaeologists ever. They covered 734 square miles. So this was huge. They'll basically fly over a certain area, in this case Angkor Wat, above these temples in the jungle, and they'll have these huge laser scanners on the bottom. And it kind of works like, think sonar. You send a ping, the ping gets sent back, and it gives you information, usually with distance. Same thing here. The lasers can penetrate through the ground, so they could see things that we cannot see. And in this case, it's structures that are underneath, right underneath our feet. All these tourists are walking. I mean, thousands of tourists, who knows, millions maybe, visit Angkor Wat. This is huge. We didn't know that this was here, so it's really cool. It's very humbling. It's very exciting to know. I mean, like you said, it tells us a lot about the times. We didn't know that we had this huge city. I mean, it definitely will change the way that people talk about, the Khmer people at that time. So it's really exciting, and I love this kind of stuff. I'm a history nerd, so for me this is pretty cool. I'm not going to say that we're experts on the Khmer people now because we got this laser scanning technology. It's still a mystery as to what happened to them. We don't really know much about their decline and their demise, why it happened. A lot of people say it has a lot to do with, I remember learning about that, it had a lot to do with climate change at the time, and that's why they were forced to move to different places, but we don't really know. Same things with a lot of the, Aztecs, the Mayans. We don't really know what happened to them. So to kind of see that there is this ginormous, huge, dense city, the largest in the world at its time, is kind of cool. Considering we thought this was like some little rogue temple sprouting out of the jungle, maybe not that small, but like we had no idea, the scale of human settlement here at that time. So that's pretty cool. The technology also that they were using at the time, they found, different waterways. They didn't know that they were using those either. So thanks to this really cool laser scanning technology, we've learned a lot more about the Khmer people and what's underneath the jungles of Cambodia.